Hello, this is Victoria and welcome to my channel. I'm just coming on here real quick to make a short video showing some of the plants that I have. I intend to clean up around my house. My house is a mess. And yeah, as I do this video, I'll see what I have to pick up and clean up because I typically don't go in certain areas. But yeah, I wanted to show some of the plants that I have, and I'm going to flip the screen around so you guys can see. Okay, so this area here, I call this my plant gallery, and I know it's a mess. I apologize. So I'm gonna work on this year, and it's gonna get a whole lot better. And I won't have, leaves and things and their mess on the floor. All right, so let me just go through. Let me start here. So, this is my lemon lime philodendron, and I forget where I got it from. I want to say I got it from Walmart, and I was shocked to see it in Walmart because yeah, Walmart usually doesn't carry good plants. But I got this, and it seems to be doing okay with this one light that's right here. So I'm going to leave it alone. And I love how it fills out this area. And the colors it just works. I love green, clearly. I love the foliage that I have here. Yeah, so let's see what we have. We have a tree philodendron that is struggling. I just cut off one of the leaves. I have a humidifier, which I need to fill up with some more water so it can benefit from that extra moisture and actually start growing again. Well, actually, I shouldn't say that. This is pretty new, and oh, you're a newbie. Okay. So those two guys are new, but everybody else is old and like just trying to hold on. I have clearly a dead Wandering Jew. I might be able to salvage some of the pieces at the bottom. So a lot of these plants I have neglected over the past few months. And I'm going to stop doing that. I want my home to be beautiful, and my plants make it beautiful. I look at my plants like they are works of art, and so I need to take care of them. This plant that I'm showing here in the middle is my bird of paradise, and I got this beauty from IKEA. I want to say I've had this one since, I've had it for at least 3.5 years, if not 4 years. So one thing I will say about this plant, let me see. One thing I'll say about this plant is when you have the new leaves coming out, you have to be careful to make sure that it does not touch other plants that are around it, because if it does, then it's going to start turning brown. So I'll point it out to you. So this area over here and how it's shriveled up, because the leaf was up against it, it shriveled up and it never opened. And I had other ones that they just did not form properly. So with this plant here, I have to be careful and make sure I rotate it so that it does not touch that pothos that's hanging over there. Because as soon as it gets into the pothos, if it's in there for a few days or so, then it shuts down and I lose that leaf. And I've lost a couple leaves because of that. All right, so what are you? Aglaonema, which is not in a good spot. And I have to remove all these dead leaves here. But this Aglaonema was given to me as a gift from one of my church friends. And it's pretty. I'm not used to having color. I like lots of green, so yeah, I accepted it, and it's doing okay. And I have another piece in the kitchen, which I'll show shortly. But yeah, I have the Aglaonema. This dude right here is my Philly fig, the second one that I had. And at one point it was on a chair, which I don't know if you can see. Yeah, what is that? That's a bag? No, that's something like the other tree. But yeah, it was sitting on top of the chair, and yeah, it was just growing and growing and growing. And I had this tree right by my sliding glass door over there. So all that sunlight and the water and everything, it really shot up, and it's pretty much at the ceiling. So I'm gonna have to chop it down a little bit and try to get another tree out of it, or maybe 2 more trees out of it. I think I can. I have rooting powder and other stuff to help it along. I want to say, I don't remember what this was. I keep calling things I don't know what they are, begonias. It probably was. When I first got my house, I had it and I tried to save it. Um, that one didn't do good over here, but this one did okay. This one's staying alive. So I put that one in soil, and then this one I kept in water, and it's like, peace out. So anyway, um, here I have my rubber tree, which is about 6 feet tall, but it's leaning, and I need to give it some better support, and I need to turn it around, and I need to, oh, I have enough water in it, clearly. Okay, so I have to hold off on that. Usually I forget to water that one. But anyway, that's my rubber tree in the middle. It's pretty tall. I got it a long time ago. I want to say it from Home Depot, and it was really small at that time. And when I used to have an apartment before I bought my house, I had west facing, exposure for all my plants. So that thing just like took off. So I have that. Who else am I forgetting? This guy that I have been neglecting. You'll see all the neglect going on. My asparagus fern. Um, yeah, I want to say three, if not four asparagus fern plants, and I stuffed them into this pot, and I need to get it out of this pot. Um, so I need a bigger pot. I need something that has more room. This is the only terracotta. Well, actually, I'm looking at one where one is dead. Terracotta doesn't seem to work too well for me, so I'm going to abandon that and try to get a better pot for these guys, so they can flourish and be beautiful, and hopefully have the red berries like my mom has, because she has two huge asparagus fern pots, and she has the berries. Um, oh man, I forget the name of that plant. I'll remember it later. But she has like these trees that are in the middle. It's so pretty. So I have that. Um, I showed you the dead wandering Jew. I think this was a begonia. This died. It was in the wrong position, and I just forgot about it. um, this is a pineapple top, and I need to trim off some of the brown. I need to change the water. Um, and do a little bit better for you. And I have another one on the floor, past my Sansevieria, which I just moved here. So I have that. And if you hear the noise above my head, that is my English ivy, which I, of course, neglected. But I'm trying to resurrect it. So some of it's coming back. I just got to be more consistent with watering, but that looks really terrible. I don't want to show that again. Same thing with this. I remember this thing was like only like 5 leaves, and then this thing like exploded. It was the fullest, most beautiful thing you could ever see. My Marantha prayer plant. And then, yeah, I put it up here, and then as soon as it got up there, it became a problem. It started dying. It was hard for me to be consistent with watering it. I didn't want the water to fall on my head. I didn't have a system to catch the water on the floor. I'll explain this. So that's the main reason why this has fallen back so much. I'm going to do better. I'm going to treat you better. It's going to be all right. When I first got my house, like I said, this plant here, which I don't know what it is, so anything I don't know what it is, I call it a begonia. I had this, and it's still doing pretty good because of the soil and this type of pot. So I'm going to have to get more pots like that. The stuff that's on the floor, it's like bird seed and like, there's soil, but bird seed and dried fruit mix, to feed my peacock who visits me ever so often. And that little blue container that's out there is for the peacock to eat. So I make sure he has his tray, but he hasn't been by, lately. So hopefully he'll come in the next couple weeks. He did come in December, I will say that. All right, so what else is on this table? So we have another variety of asparagus. I forget the specific name. It's escaping me right now. But yeah, this one was like playing with me, and it's trying to hold on. So I'm going to support it with its growth. I'm going to try to keep it alive. I had to cut back so much of it. I need to get the humidity up, and that's why I need to get that water in the humidifier. All right, so I have that. I have calatheas, two different types. I have like a painted one, I have a striped one, and they're not in a good spot because the asparagus fern is like growing all of this stuff over top of it. Um, my sago palm is also like pushing down on everything. So I have no other safe place to put it because everywhere else I put it, I get stabbed. So I have to be careful with you. My Sansevieria, I had moved it from the kitchen about an hour ago, so I put it here, and I'm probably going to put it on the other side of where the can't even get over here, of where the aloe vera is. So my aloe vera has been doing okay, and I have eastern exposure on this side of my house. I don't know what that is. I guess it's a begonia. I got it from Little, and it was beautiful. And I mean, it's doing okay now. Before it was like losing a whole lot, but it's actually come back. Um, this was my first fill leaf fig tree, and I'm not picking it up right with the lighting, but it's two branches, and since I moved it from over there to here, now it has two new leaves. So this leaf that's right here, and then there's one that's at the top, which I don't think the camera's picking it up, but those are two brand new leaves within this month. So that's pretty awesome. I'm happy I made that decision. This is a pothos, which has been through various stages of neglect. Used to be extremely full. It still is pretty full. It's very, very long. I've never cut it. Wait, did I? I did cut it, and it's like much, like twice the length of what it used to be. It's trailing all around the floor. It's on the other side of the table over here. So I have that. My spider plant, which was also full. I'm not crazy about spider plants, and I neglected that, of course. Um, so that's there too. And yeah, my son's, I guess it's a succulent. I don't know what type of succulent it is. He wanted to have like a cactus, and I'm like, you're not going to have that. So I picked this up for him. I thought it was fake, but yeah, it's alive. So I have to make sure I get some water on it ever so often. All right, so let me come from out of here. I don't know, did I come over here? All right, ignore the mess, ignore the stuff that's on the floor, the mail that's on the chair. So this is my Monstera Deliciosa, and I flipped it around. This is not my typical setup. I had the Monstera on top of this table, and the table was over here, and this is a heater. This heater was over there, and the trumpet was on top of the heater. I don't know, I had this thing like tied to here because it was leaning. It was trying to fall. It fell one time. It freaked me out. I almost thought I lost it forever. But yeah, this Monstera has grown somewhat. Someone had a video talking about like if you put the aerial roots, which I have quite a bit of them. Some of them are not long enough to really go anywhere, but if you put the aerial roots into a container with water, it will help you to produce more leaves. So that's pretty much what I did, and it actually worked for this whole branch. So I have new growth on this side, which is pretty exciting. So yeah, I'm leaving it here like this, and like I said, this is not the typical setup. But I'm leaving it like this because I know pretty soon the leaves are going to start growing back towards the window, and then I'll be able to flip it around, and then it'll fit better in this space. So it's going to keep getting bigger and bigger, and I'm not going to know what to do. I don't know where I'm going to put it. Maybe I can put it on top of the piano. That tree over there is fake, so look, we can ignore that. So let me show you quickly some of the plants that I have in my kitchen. So this is my Azizi plant, which I need to rotate. I'm trying to remember. I want to say it's always been here. It's been here for a very long time. And it has new growth. There's this one that's coming up. This one shot up not too long ago. And yeah, I'm feeding it and trying to be consistent with watering it, and it's doing pretty good. So we have that one. And then Let's go over here, and we have my Alocasia poly. When I first got the Alocasia poly, um, what had happened? Yeah, it went into shock. The environment was not the same as, I guess, the greenhouse or the shop that I bought it from. So I lost every single leaf, and I was like, what the heck? And I think I paid like $17, $18 for it. I was like, no, it was the tiniest thing. I'm like, no, I'm not going to lose this. So I held on to it, even though it was stinking, even though everything was telling me this thing is dead. And I was like, no, let's just see. So I kept it. I kept it by the light. I gave it a little water. I just let it sit there. And yeah, it shot out some new leaves, and it's been pumping out leaves ever since. First, it started with some smaller leaves, like the little ones that you see back here. And then, yeah, this is the norm. And it actually flowered 2 times since I first purchased it. So I'm pretty happy about that one. This one right here is my Dieffenbachia, and this is not a good location for my Dieffenbachia. And you see how wimpy it looks. So I'm going to have to find a new location for it, and hopefully it'll do better during the summertime because this lighting is just not it, okay? Got my little mug from Five Below, Crazy Plant Lady. I don't have as many plants as some other people do, but I'm working on it. Let's see. I have some pieces of, I'm sure, begonia, Wandering Jew, which are trying to survive, Aglaonema, and then this is the plant that started everything. So one time I was on my way back home, and I'm not going to say where I live, of course not. But whatever the case was, I was forced to go to a Walmart because I had to use the bathroom, and there was like a huge traffic jam and all this mess. So I jumped the barrier and went to Walmart, and as I was like, well, I'm stuck in the store, so I might as well like look around and see what they have. And I happened to be in the garden section, and I saw this struggling pothos. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna take this struggling pothos because that's just what I do. I try to take plants that are struggling. When I was a child, I would take it was a Thanksgiving cactus, if not a Christmas cactus, and the spider plants. I always try to like nurse the ones that were like really at death's door, back to health. And so it had been some time before since I've done stuff like that, and I decided to buy this. So this was the starting point of all the other plants that I have right now, and I've lost many along the way. This plant is in a glass because the soil, I guess I overwatered, or I wasn't washing things. It had like fungus gnats. It had, all sorts of issues. There was mold. The roots were just like shriveling away. I'm just like, come on, like I gotta keep you alive. So right now, the only way I'm able to keep this plant alive is ignore the dishes, inside a glass. So that's what I have. And yeah, there's that piece of Aglaonema, like I said. In the corner here, I have, I can't see it, my Hoya Hindu rope plant, which I got from Amazon. And I think it came from California. So I eventually will repot it. I hear it's a slow grower. I've seen some beautiful Hoyas, and yeah, I know it takes a long time for them to be as beautiful and gorgeous. Another plant that's like kind of similar to it, it reminds me of like my sugar snap peas that I grow every year. So yeah, I think it's pretty. It's very pretty. It's very coily and different. So yeah, I have that. And then here, this was a gift. So I got this last year, and I don't do flowers. That's not my thing. But my mom is like a flower person, so she gave me an orchid. And then the flowers like dropped off. I was like, okay, well, I'll do my best to keep the leaves alive because I really don't care for the flowers. I like the leaves. And I was actually surprised to see, these flowers coming in. So the flowers start coming in this month, February. And so that's exciting. I'm really pleased to see that. Here's a flower for my Alocasia poly. Hope I'm pronouncing it right. So this one's kind of drying up. But yeah, this is the second time it's flowered since I've had it. And let's come over here to a clear plant area. My Sansevieria was over here, but this was here, and this was here, and this was on top of this, and this was teetering over to the side. I thought I could turn this plant around, and I can't, because if I do, then I can't open my cabinet. So I need a new home for you, and I need to get this to come up and stake it. It's pretty set in that direction, my Schefflera, but yeah, I'll figure something out. And then here I have my Norfolk pine, which this camera is not picking up how wide it is. It's growing out in every direction. It's so soft. I like it. I like it a lot, and I think, yeah, this is its home. I don't have a better location for it, and it's doing really good right here. So those are pretty much the plants that I have. Trying to see anything else I may have missed. Yeah, I think I got everything. So this is a indoor garden. Oh, turning it the wrong way. My indoor garden. I'm going to clean up my house. I'm going to get these leaves and things off the floor. I'm going to throw that stuff away. And oh yeah, let me show part of my backyard. It doesn't pick up. I have a pretty big backyard. The gazebo situation is like what the second one I've had. I'm not doing good with planning these things. I need to get a real gazebo instead of these like cheap ones. But yeah, I have that over there. There's a tree that I want to get chopped down. I can't get over here. So if I could chop down the tree, that'd be really good. I'm not going to do it this year. But in front there's like 3 raised garden beds that are connected, and I would like to build it out so it's like the shape of a U. And I want to train the grapevines, because yeah, that's what I have there, the grapevines on here. And there's how many? I bought 3. One didn't survive. The other one, oh, that's right. I mowed it over by accident. The other one, it was trying to come back, and I have like a kiwi plant at the end of this. So, yeah, I'm gonna work this out this year. Hopefully I can do some more videos showing what's gonna come up out of here. But typically, like I'll do like sugar snap peas. I have my asparagus, which gets pretty full. That's what all this stuff right here is. Over in this area is typically where I'll do my squash. I'll do like acorn squash and summer squash. And that worked out pretty good last year. Over this side, I did like Swiss chard. I did carrots. There's some other things. And like in the middle, I'm trying to make that more into like a herb and like hot pepper section. So yeah, my thyme, my sage, my rosemary. I'm sure if I go out there, there's still like, it's still there. I can pick it. It's good. Down the hill where that picket fence is, I made like a big section for my son for his garden. But I think I'm gonna extend it more to where this pole is. I have a utility pole in my yard, with a transformer here, unfortunately. So when power goes out, people have to go into my yard to get to it. But yeah, I intend on trying to expand that so he can have more growing space. He's growing asparagus. He has like this tree of a bush, blackberry bush that's down there. He did good with tomatoes last year too. I'm not going to do all this because people will be looking like, why is she like filming towards our house? Like, what's going on? But yeah, I have a whole lot of space out here. I have a whole lot of space. I'll say my property is about like, it's over 10,000 square feet. So to some people that's kind of small, but to me it's pretty big, coming from an apartment anyway. My house is about 1,400, yeah, 1,400 square feet, just about. I didn't finish the garage. I only have like a half finished garage. So, or half converted, I should say. So yeah, I have plans to do stuff, but I have to work out my money, because well, I'll say like I paid off my credit cards in full yesterday, and it was a big accomplishment because I've had those debts for a very long time. I just decided to just get rid of it and try to move forward with a fresh start, 2022. Try and make as much money as I can, right? Um, so with that in mind, I have to be careful how I'm spending, and I know it cost me, it almost cost me double to build the garden beds, more than double to build the garden beds that I have out here. Let me go back again. Yeah, so I noticed the price had gone up for lumber, and most people are aware, we're dealing with inflation right now. Prices for everything is going up. Um, so it's affecting everything I kind of want to do. But I'm gonna see what I could do. Oh, I have, what is that? Fencing. I bought that to catch like the leaves, so I wouldn't have the leaves blowing all over my yard after like I rigged them and blew them into place, and it worked pretty good. But still, I had a whole lot that escaped, and I was just too lazy to go and pick it up. Um, Anyway, I'm rambling on too much right now. So yeah, this quick video is almost like a half hour, but this pretty much is my plant collection. For the time being, I'm going to try my hardest not to purchase any more plants. I have plants out in the front yard. I have bushes and different things that I bought. I put in like last year. Um, yeah, I was losing my mind buying plants last year for outside, not indoors. So I'm going to try to scale that back, take better care of the plants that I have. And if anything, if I'm going to be buying anything or growing anything, it's going to be my garden that's in my backyard. Um, so with that, I'm going to cut this video, and I hope you guys have a great day, and thanks for watching. Peace.